Nevada is an unusual state. Known for its high Sierra Mountains and desert landscape, Las Vegas, Nevada is known as entertainment capital of the world. Nevada is known for many reasons, one of them being cattle ranching, perfectly suited for this vast terrain. The unusual fact about Nevada is that even though its economy runs on entertainment and cattle, the vast majority of its economy is actually mining. Nevada is called the Silver State for good reason. Nevada mines estimately mine 7 million ounces of gold annually. That is 8.7% of the world's gold. 8 million ounces of that mining is actually silver. Other rare earth metals range from copper, gypsum, dynamite, lithium, which are all rare earth metals that are used to run our modern economy. That's why I decided to come to explore Nelson, Nevada, Eldorado Canyon Mine. The reason, it's the oldest and richest gold mine in southern Nevada, and just a short drive from Las Vegas. So, we're in an interesting little ghost town today. It's called Nelson, Nevada, and it's got some pretty interesting stuff just all around. There's been a couple music videos, short films, and other movies filmed out here, so I thought I'd come and check it out. So, I guess that's what this vlog is going to be about. So it looks like the mine is just right over here. Kind of see all the abandoned mining stuff over here. So it looks like back here is where they used to have the mine. Let's go talk to the owner and see if we can still get a tour. The whole town around the area has kind of gotten an old western abandoned gold mine vibe. The town itself used to be a gold mine and silver mine back in the 1800s, and since then it's been abandoned due to lack of resource and funding to actually extradite the mining operation here. So right now we're just waiting to hopefully get a tour of the mine, but you normally got to reserve to actually come and visit this area. But just walking around is free and it's pretty cool. A lot of cool abandoned cars and other things about the area. So let's dive a little bit into the history of Nelson, Nevada, shall we? Originally, this town of Nelson, Nevada was actually known as Eldorado, named after the name that the natives gave it because they believed it was the golden city that was named Eldorado. Unfortunately, Nelson, Nevada was not known to be the kindest place on earth. During the Civil War, a lot of deserting soldiers actually migrated west and settled in Nelson, Nevada, so it was actually known for its, lawlessness. There was a lot of crime, a lot of shooting, a lot of disputes, and eventually that's kind of how the town gained its reputation over time. As you kind of wander around the town, you'll notice a lot of the architecture itself is actually very 1800s Western cowboy. And a lot of the modern architecture that's installed there in town is still restorated from the 1800s. And as you wander around a lot of modern day Nelson, Nevada, a lot of it is actually abandoned movie sets or shoots, if you will. And there's this one particular area that you'll see a plane that is actually from a particular movie. The movie is actually from Kevin Costner's 3,000 Miles to Greenland. And apart from a lot of old movie sets, there's actually a church that a lot of people get married in. And you could actually rent out the church itself to get married in the town. The interesting thing is that apparently a lot of the mines out in the west are haunted, supposedly for the abnormal amount or the large amount of deaths that happen specifically in silver and gold mining. That might be due to a couple different things. 1 in 8 miners on average developed tuberculosis, syphilis, and kidney failure over time, just working in the mines due to the poor hazardous conditions, as well as a lot of the rock shards as they inhale from working in the mine. But the other reason that a lot of people believe that they're haunted is because unfortunately a lot of miners would get lost wandering the mine itself. And you know, as you can see here from the film or from the video, a lot of it is already pretty lit from modern electricity, but can you imagine trying to wander these crevices and these tunnels without any, you know, flashlight? You'd have to use candlelight, unfortunately. And as you wander around, if certain soldiers get greedy, it wouldn't be too hard to see why they would, unfortunately, you know, kill each other. Interesting fact that I learned as you were walking around the mines, the average death age for a lot of miners was only about 30. So the life expectancy for a lot of these miners was 30 years old, which in retrospect is not a very long time. As you kind of go through the mine, you'll realize your tour guide will hopefully give you a good lesson of the mine itself and the history, and it's pretty interesting just to explore the mine itself and just kind of learn the history of the mine. I think one of the more interesting things about visiting Nelson, Nevada and Eldorado mine itself is just that there's just a lot of rich history to kind of explore out. And I think if you ever are in town and visiting these smaller towns, keep in mind a lot of them just rely on tourism themselves to, you know, keep themselves afloat. So if you're ever in the Vegas area and want to check out a very interesting mine or go do an interesting Western photo shoot, check out Nelson, Nevada. And keep in mind that this area is actually family owned and the property itself is privately owned. So be respectful of the rules that they have on ground, as well as if you are going to be filming and taking photos, please pay the fee so that they can keep supporting themselves and, you know, taking care of this sort of historic little town. Yes, this concludes the another episode of Ghost Town Adventures. I feel like this is going to slowly become serious for this channel, but for me, I just like traveling to small little towns and kind of exploring more of the traditional Western culture that I myself take for granted living out here in the Southwest. But if you're ever in the Vegas area, check out Nelson, Nevada. It's only about a 45-minute drive from the Strip, and I promise you, even if it's a short little trip, you won't regret it. Alright, until next time guys, we'll talk later. Peace.